We're taking the Grady White into Canada, baby. I didn't think it was gonna happen. We started this trip over 6,000 miles ago at the southernmost point in the continental US, Key West, Florida. And now after lots and lots and lots of towing, good times, bad times, issues, we are finally in upstate Washington, about to cross the border today to go into Canada with the goal of getting out to some extremely remote places with this boat. I have some places in mind. I'm hoping we freaking make it there. This is episode 21 of towing this boat all over the country and now into Canada. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Well, this mission to Canada is not starting off great. I noticed a bunch of grease all over this wheel and it's way hotter than the other four. So I got something going on with this. I think my bearings are finally exploding in this one. Luckily, I do have a spare hub right there. I'm gonna try to get this taken care of as quick as possible and get back on the road. I need to get there like ASAP. Back on the road we go. Let's freaking, fingers crossed that fixed the problem. Because the last thing I need is these bearings to explode and then I'm stranded. I don't know if I'll be able to find them or replace them or all that. I don't know. On to the border crossing. Let's see how this goes. We survived the secondary inspection. They interrogated a million things about my job, YouTube, why I'm here up in Canada with a boat, when technically on paper I live in Pennsylvania, but then the boat is from Florida. It's totally reasonable, I get it. But about 4 or 5 years ago, I was going into Canada in upstate New York, and I was with some people that I met recently through social media before that, in their car, going across the border. They lied about where we were going because they didn't want the Border Patrol to know that we were gonna go jump off waterfalls and cliffs. So they lied. They knew we were lying. They sent us through a secondary inspection. Turns out the kid actually had a switchblade or two in the car, and he was a welder, so he made some homemade brass knuckles when he was bored, I guess when he was welding. So either way, having any weapons of any kind in the car going into Canada is a huge, huge, huge no-no. So they seized the vehicle. They thought we were lying about everything. They thought we had drugs on us, which we didn't, and ended up being $2,000 to get the car unseized by the Canadian government. They kicked us out of Canada. We weren't able to go in to go cliff jumping with all our friends, and that is now on my record. So I'm sure they saw that whenever I came through. This is my first time driving into Canada since that incident like 4 or 5 years ago. I was worried about it on the last video because I took my boat across to Victoria, but it was way easier. I just had to like pick up a phone and go through immigration that way. Then on immigration again, back to the US, I just did it on an app. So it was way easier. This time I'm physically driving across the border. So I was honest about everything. They were cool about everything. They searched the truck and boat. Everything came back great. So now we are back on our way, and there's another freaking hurdle that I'm gonna have to jump that I just found out about. You're gonna find out about that here in a second. We had to take a freaking ferry now. I had absolutely no idea that this was a thing. It didn't show it on my driving directions, but here we are. And then I got in line, had no idea how much it was gonna cost. Ended up being $208 US round trip, which is, I mean, I get that I have a trailer and a boat. It's 52 total feet long with the truck and the boat, but still, $208 seems like a bit much. We left out of Horseshoe Bay and we're cruising over to Langdale. After that, we have another hour-and-a-half drive north to where we're actually gonna launch the boat. We are freaking moving. Look how fast we're going. This is actually kind of nuts how quick we're ripping here. Let's go up to the top deck. I had absolutely no idea how extensive this was. I didn't realize it was a 40-minute cruise. I thought this was gonna be like a 10-minute boat ride. It's 40 minutes on this thing to get over to Langdale. There's a whole cafeteria, huge, like all these different decks of people. It's enormous. I did not realize how massive this freaking thing is. I got myself a chocolate cake. I guess I'll post up and I'll catch you guys when we get there. Good morning from the forest. I drove an hour and a half last night to get to Egmont and got there at 9:30 p.m. and every single thing was closed. Didn't see a single human. There was barely even a single light on any houses or anything. And the hotel was closed. Every single thing was closed. So I just found this field. Don't know if it's private property or not. I didn't know what else to do. I ended up down this one road that turned into a dirt road that ended up a dead end. And I was basically jackknifing the trailer, trying to turn around, almost falling off a cliff. Look at this. It's literally perpendicular to my truck. It's just complete dead end up here. And there's a big cliff right in front of me. Oh, I'm gonna get out of here. 6:30 a.m. right now before someone comes and gets mad at me for being in their property. I'm gonna head back to Egmont. I drove past the boat ramp last night, but it does not look promising. It didn't even look like it went down to the water, but the journey continues. We found another place to go. That other one was just not gonna work. It was way too rough of a boat ramp getting down. It was rocks like this. But I found, I believe it's called Back Eddy Marina and Resort. They don't have a boat ramp listed online anywhere, but I found this ramp super freaking narrow. You can actually see the water line is normally way up there. The tide's dropping like crazy right now. It's 9 a.m. and by 11 a.m. it's gonna drop another 5 feet. But I mean, you can see even the end of the boat ramp right there. I had to go way past that. I was very, very glad that it wasn't just a drop off at the end of the concrete because I would have not been able to use it. And if that was the case, then I was gonna have to wait another 12 hours till the tide came back up. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to pull the boat back out. I gotta figure all that stuff out. But as I was launching the boat, there was literally a seal just like blobbing around on the docks over there while this guy was doing his morning push-ups and cold plunge. It's a pretty interesting sight to see. But the boat's in the water, loaded up now, and then we have about 45 miles one way with the boat to get way out to the most gorgeous place ever that I'm trying to get to that who knows if we'll make it. It's a long, long, long run. After a long morning here at this restaurant, been up there using their Wi-Fi, editing everything, watching the tide continuously go lower, so I'm very glad I got my boat in the water when I did. Got the E-Ride Pro loaded up, everything else loaded up, got all my warm gear because it is freaking cold outside and we're about to be cruising full speed for a long, long time. So for some information, we are in Egmont, British Columbia, which you do have to take a ferry to get to, as we found out. And we're at the Back Eddy Resort and Marina. They let me use their boat ramp even though the tide was severely dropping and the ramp now is completely out of the water. The concrete doesn't even touch the water anymore. It was like 15 bucks to use for the day. I've just had my boat hanging out here for the last couple hours while I've been up there editing, eating food there. But now it's time to get on the water. So let's untie and let's pull away from the docks. Well, this video is presented by Huckberry. They're basically your ultimate one-stop men's shop for everything you could possibly need outdoors-wise. So whether you're into outdoor adventures or just want to look good whenever you're out there doing your everyday activities, they have basically everything you could possibly need, from rugged boots, classic jackets, jeans, and pretty much everything for people that love to get out and enjoy the outdoors. They have become a huge sponsor of this channel, and I couldn't be more happy to be working with them because everything they have is basically everything I need when I'm out here doing this type of stuff, boating, adventuring, biking, all the stuff that I do. Literally couldn't ask for a better supporter of this channel than Huckberry. The link will be down below in the description. Check them out. Go scope out their website, screw through the many, many things that they have. Whether you need a machete, boots, pants, jacket, hats, glasses, wallets, literally the list just keeps going on and on. But they're the best one-stop shop to upgrade your kit no matter what you need. And they keep me out here doing what I love to do, supporting a crazy channel like mine. So without further ado, let's get going because we got a lot of miles to cover with the boat today and it's cold. We're leaving Egmont right now, right about at the mouth of the Jervis Inlet, which goes way back into the mountains and eventually branches off into the Princess Louisa Inlet, which is the ultimate goal for today. That's really where I want to go. I'm already so mind blown by the views, even just from right here. I mean, these mountains are absolutely incredible. This is something that I never really thought I would ever be boating near in my life. I mean, coming from Florida where every single thing is just flat. I mean, it's beautiful weather all the time, year round, but it's just flat everywhere. Out here, we got these friggin' 3,000 foot tall mountains surrounding us, and just everything is so lush and green. It's absolutely insane. There's a waterfall called Chatterbox Falls, which is only accessible via boat or seaplane, and that is the absolute goal. I want to get there today. It's at the very end of that Princess Louisa Inlet, and it's just about 40 miles. So we got a long cruise to go. Let's get a little bit underway. I have no idea what to expect out here. Absolutely no clue. It is beautiful. This is absolutely unreal out here. I mean, like, these mountains don't even look real. It looks like a picture. Nothing I could have seen online would have prepared me for this. This is just one of those things you absolutely have to experience in your lifetime. God, what a shame I'm out here by myself. Should be about an hour and a half, depending on if I stop, but maybe like an hour 10 to hour 20 minute cruise to get all the way there. Oh, actually, I think, take that back. That Princess Louisa Inlet, I believe, is all no wake zone, so it's gonna take a while to cross all the way through there. But at least going through all of Jervis Inlet, maybe 40 minutes. We have made it to the mouth of the Princess Louisa Inlet. This is basically the beginning of our destination. There's this huge camp here, and there's no roads to come out here, so they built all of this via boat, which is kind of crazy. Allegedly, right here where it gets real tight and cuts into this inlet, the water and the current get pretty gnarly from what I hear online, so I definitely gotta be pretty careful. A lot of people time it correctly when the tides are doing the right things to make it not crazy, but I'm unprepared as usual. See how this goes through here. Hopefully it's nice and chill. I don't think it's that crazy, famous last words, but it is extremely narrow right here, and there's rocks and little islands popping out everywhere. I gotta look on the maps. The water really is moving fast through here. It's kind of scary. There's actually rapids. All right, this is very nerve-wracking because I feel like there's rocks right there under the water. And the water is moving fast. This is like a whirlpool right here. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Come on, baby. Stay to the right. And then we cut left. And this water is just swirling like crazy. Oh. It just like stopped the side of my boat. That is kind of gnarly going through there. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch because we're not all the way through it yet. The water's still moving like crazy. Would not want to fall in right here. It's very confusing. All the water on the right side is rushing this way, while all the water on the left side of me is rushing that way. And it's all meeting and just making a whirlpool, like a washing machine in here. All right, we're through. We're finally pulling up to Chatterbox Falls. This is one of the freaking most unique, coolest places I've ever been in my entire life. Only accessible by boat or seaplane, and there's literally sea lions, like right in front of me. This is just doesn't feel real out here. Like, this is crazy that this is legal to do. To be out here and experience stuff that it just feels illegal to be able to come out and see stuff like this. Unfreaking real. A massive waterfall right next to the actual water, boatable water. I've seen many, many, many waterfalls in my life, but never any that are just like this, right next to a huge body of water that you could pull up to via boat. Got sea lions swimming around. Unreal. And then of course have like the 3,000 foot mountains behind it, and then waterfalls all the way up the mountain behind it. It's just unbelievable. God. And there's a boat dock here, so we're gonna pull up there. It's gonna be cold. The water is actually warmer than the air outside. This was weird. I was expecting it to be super freezing when I got in there, and then I was kind of like in shock, like, wait, it's not actually that cold. The water temp's 63. It's like a bathtub compared to what it was in Washington. It was 50 degrees there, but this air temp has got to be below 60. It actually kind of felt good. All right, let's go see what we got here. That is just unbelievable. It's so ridiculous. There's 6 other boats here other than me. I saw Starlink on the roof of that tiny little thing with the signs, and I thought there was gonna be free Wi-Fi here, but they must just use it whenever they come here for emergencies or whatever they need to do. Wow. Oh, that's the ranger house up there. All the moss on all the trees. So freaking green here. We got the McDonald Memorial Lounge. It'd be super cool to have a fire in here, but there's a fire ban right now. There's actually a water source here, but they say it's surface water, so you gotta boil it. But that's kind of cool that they supply water here. Looks like something that would be used for like a cult. In memory of those who loved Princess Louisa. Look how freaking clear and blue, like all the sediment in this water here. It is absolutely gorgeous. When I go try to get closer to the waterfall though, pretty unbelievable place. Super difficult to access though. Super freaking difficult to access. Just found this little memorial on the side. James Frederick McDonald. That's who that memorial over there, that big hut, was built to him from 1889 to 1978. Laird of the Inlet, a gentleman and a friend to all who came here. Whose monument is in this place of beauty given to him. Wait. Can't read. Whose monument is this place of beauty given by him to the yachting fraternity of the Pacific Northwest so that it will remain forever unspoiled. It's been raining a lot. Ever since I walked out to the waterfall, it's just been consistently and steadily raining, but it's honestly still so incredible. All these clouds are rolling in, and the views of these mountains are just incredible. While I was over at the waterfall, I met another group of people that have a Ranger tug, a 39-foot Ranger tug, which is one of my dream boats. And just made conversation with them, started talking to them, and they were like, hey, come check out the boat. He lives on it full time, travels around, and I was like, no freaking way, that's too perfect. It's exactly what I want to do. He invited me over to his boat, and I've been over there for like the last probably 2 hours just hanging out with them inside their boat, talking and sharing stories. They're the coolest freaking people. And he actually has Starlink and invited me to pull my boat over next to his, so that way if I need service, which I probably should let some people know where I am, because really nobody knows where I am. Like no one in my friend group, none of my family, no one has a clue where I am. I should probably send a couple messages to let people know that I'm alive. Also on my walk back from their boat, I saw this sign that says, lion's mane jellyfish. Contact may cause severe burns and blistering. Swimming is not recommended. After I was already swimming in here. Very briefly, I just jumped off, got back in. But I've seen a lot of these jellyfish. Literally, there was just one right behind my boat, and some of them are pretty big. So good to know that those things are pretty bad. I'm going to pull my boat over, repark it next to his, so that way I can utilize the Starlink and probably hang out with them the rest of the evening. And it's supposed to pretty much not stop raining all night. And tomorrow, it's supposed to be nice and sunny, and I can't wait to see this place in the sun. It's gonna be incredible. Good morning, and this is absolutely incredible. It was absolutely dumping rain the entire night. I think it maybe stopped for 20 minutes and then picked right back up, but it was raining heavily all night, which left us with the absolute best surprise this morning. The waterfall is absolutely raging this morning, as well as all the waterfalls up through the mountain, all the way around. There's just waterfalls everywhere you look. And this is what I was hoping that it was gonna be whenever I showed up. Because I saw some clips where people had their boat with the waterfall in the background and then with waterfalls up on the mountain behind that. And yesterday, those upper ones weren't flowing at all, but now everything is flowing. This is just a whole new scenery today. Absolutely insane. And this water is moving. So it's gonna be kind of hard to get shots by myself with my boat out there because my boat's just gonna keep floating away while I'm trying to fly the drone. But either way, this is just incredible. And Marty, my new friend, great guy. Hung out with them so long last night. They were offering to let me have dinner with them. And I mean, I didn't take them up on that. I felt too bad. They were already doing so much, letting me hang out in their boat, hiding away from the weather, and great people. This morning comes out, asks me if I need coffee or anything at all. And I'm like, what an awesome guy. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but he literally lives on this thing full time. And then he has a truck with a camper that when he's tired with the boat, he goes and hops in that and travels around. He's retired, sold everything he had, and literally bought the boat, truck, and the camper. And the amount of similarities that him and I have in our lives is actually like weird. So many things we have in common. It kind of weirded me out, but basically he's me whenever I retire, hopefully. And then I'll switch from a 22-foot Grady to a 40-foot tug. And I don't know what I'll get, but his boat is definitely really freaking cool. 2 bedrooms, huge kitchen area, huge pilot house area. The whole roof has a ton of space. Got Starlink, got the dinghy on the back. Very happy with my decision to tow this Grady White all over the country. The people that I've met, the experiences that I've gotten, the places that I've gotten to see like this. Like, are you kidding me? I never, ever expected to see this on my journey whenever I was leaving Florida. Pretty freaking mind-blowing. My brand new drone is gone. $2,000 down the drain. And it's not even about that. It's about the shots that I got on this drone. Literally some of the best shots I've ever gotten in my life, and they're gone. They're gone full quality, but I have whatever you've seen in this video, which is all the low quality stuff that was just automatically saved to the controller, but it's like super low quality. And I don't know what happened. I was literally flying, getting shots of the waterfall like I've been doing, and it just disconnected from the remote. Couldn't see anything, couldn't do anything. I don't know what happened. I didn't see any sort of collision. I wasn't near anything. It's wide open here, and I looked out where it was. I didn't see it fall into the water. Usually when it disconnects from the RC, the controller, it just automatically does a return to home where it'll just stop where it's at, fly straight up, straight back to where I took off from and land. And I don't know, it's so devastating. I'm at a loss for words right now. This is the worst thing ever. That footage was literally my favorite footage. I just want to break everything right now. So, I don't even know. Well, this guy behind me, his name's Don, he came over and he was talking to me about flying my drone and whatever, and I mentioned how it's gone forever. And he was like, well, actually I have an older one, so he let me use it was a DJI Mini 2, I believe it was, but he was like, hey man, take it, I got it used, He's like, go use it, fly it around. He's like, that way I can use all the cool shots that you get too. So super, super nice of him to do that. I also told him if I crashed his, obviously would pay for everything, but he was so nice. Let me use his drone. I was able to fly around and get at least some shots of in here at 4K full quality, but all the other stuff, at this point, I still don't even know if it looked good on camera. All the low quality stuff that I was able to save from my controller, it's literally like, I think it's like 720p or 480p or something. It's really, really just low quality, just so you could see it on the controller. So I don't know what I did, what editing Brandon or my editor Nate did. I'm not sure if we were able to make this footage look good for you or not. Hopefully it looked good. Hopefully it didn't look like just straight potatoes for all you guys.
So for quick reference, this is the only 4K full resolution video that I was able to save for my drone before it crashed. And in comparison, this is what 720p looks like compared to 4K. This is one of the actual 720p potato quality videos that I was able to recover from the controller of my drone. And then using some incredible AI software, I was able to upscale it back to 4K. It's not perfect, but between this and using Don's drone, hopefully it wasn't too terrible for you guys. And I think we salvaged the video.
But incredibly nice of Don back there to let me use his drone. So freaking nice. Also, he has a cat that's just him and his cat on this, living on it full time, traveling all over. And his cat was just like exploring all over my boat, running over, exploring Marty's boat with the Nordic tug. Thought it was a Ranger tug, it's a Nordic tug. 39-foot Nordic tug, but that thing is a beast right there. But Marty's prepping his boat, getting everything ready to go because slack tide is happening very shortly and we all want to go out of Princess Louisa Inlet during slack tide. I don't want to be going through when it's crazy currents again. And for people that don't know, like myself a little bit ago, slack tide is literally just when the tides are changing. So it's the least amount of current going in or out. It's the most calm that it can be. So I'm getting all my stuff prepped as well. I'm gonna leave same time as them. I think maybe one other boat might be leaving with us, but we're all gonna cruise through there together. Even with a drone casualty, it's still, how can you be sad when you're in a location like this? I mean, just look at that. Unfreaking believable. But, all right, maybe I'll cook an egg or two. I got like 20 more minutes to go before we gotta head out of here. Cooking time. Heating up my leftover French fries from the restaurant where I launched the boat. Oh, the sun just came out. Oh my gosh, first time I've seen the sun in a while. It's so nice. It's like the first time I've felt warmth. Ready for this?
It's actually a pretty far little route.
Take care.
Oh my god, this is really good.
It's nothing fancy, very rudimentary here, but it's really all you need. Just this little $20 cooker top from Walmart, some leftover French fries. What else do you need? A little 12-volt fridge. All right, it's time to dip out of the Princess Louisa Inlet. Chatterbox Falls has been absolutely incredible, but we gotta get out of here when the water's calm. I don't wanna go through them rapids again. It was fun, but I don't need to do it again. Hey, thanks so much for letting me use your drone, man. It's good meeting you. Ah, beautiful spot, beautiful people, beautiful vibes. Not beautiful drone loss. Oh, what an incredible place. All right, we're going through the real narrow section here by the Malibu Club, and it looks like slack tide is absolutely the time to do it. It's way more chill today than it was yesterday when I came in. Princess Louisa Inlet and Jervis Inlet are both hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet deep. And then this super narrow section goes down to like 30 feet deep. So when that tide needs to move, it's such a massive amount of water just squeezing between such a tiny, shallow area. So it makes sense why it gets pretty gnarly through here. Today is amazing. The other two boats left 40 minutes before me, so we'll see if we can catch up to them. That's the one thing I've got on them is my boat is a lot faster. They got a lot more space though. I actually caught up to one of them right here, the sailboat, and I see the tug, Nordic tugs down there as well. He's got all, oh wow, there's so many seals. What the, no way, look at this. They're all just sunbathing on the rock, taking in some heat. Wow, that's pretty sick. All right, let's pick up some speed here. Cruising back, and I found another waterfall that goes pretty much right into the inlet here. It's crazy, but I don't know, there's these giant tanks floating everywhere and they look pretty sketchy. I don't really understand why they're there. If any of you guys have any clues as to why these things could be here, please let me know in the comments, because it seems sketchy. It just seemed like huge propane tanks just anchored, floating all around here right by this waterfall. I wanted to try to get really close and hop out of the boat, go over to that waterfall, but I don't know, it's sketching me out here. There's also what looks like a logging road or something that comes down through here. I was very surprised to see a road this far out here, because we're still way out here. But I mean, right where I'm at, it's still 227 feet deep. I can't imagine it's that much more shallow where those giant tanks are anchored. Don't know what those could be for. Regardless, it's another cool waterfall to see. Pretty freaking epic. Drove the hour and a half back to Langdale from Egmont. I'm here sitting waiting for the ferry again. It's been a couple hours already. This time it's real backed up. I guess there's a couple boats broken and all kinds of things going wrong. So hopefully I'll get on a boat at some time tonight. But thank you guys for watching this video. It was a very bittersweet video because it was one of the most absolute epic locations I've ever been to, but I lost my super expensive drone with all of my footage. And with that being said, if you guys want, grab some merch. It's the best way to support the channel. 100% of all of the profits from anything sold on my website is going straight back into getting me a replacement drone, because I feel like without a drone, I can't properly tell the stories of all the locations that I go to. It's just so important. If you guys grab anything from the store, thank you so much in advance. Appreciate each and every single one of you guys for watching these videos. Catch you guys for the next video. Peace out.